Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. I can get to the right screen. Hope everyone's okay out there in internet land. We are going to be doing a test run through of my server to see how it's coming on. We don't know at the moment. I've done some balancing, and I want to just check how the balancing is working on the server. So the best way to do that is a run through, because as much as you set the balance up and you play with it in game, you don't really know till you give it a go. So we're going to give it a go. So fresh spawn. Right then, that should be pristine, good. No map because we're just starting off. I like to put things in a certain place because that's where I always carry them. And let's loot. We've purified that, haven't we? Good. Let's make ourselves some hand wraps. Next problem, food. So when you die, any map markers you've got up will show, as you can see there. We're on the prison island. Okay. Gonna need clothing to rip up and turn into rags, and then the rags will give us what we need. So down here, let's do this place, the exit, kill the Zeds, see if we can get some loot, and then extract out. Quite a way up the map. I didn't really want to start here, but it's a start that you could get, so it's a fair one. Server's been up now a week. We have harder zombies, as you've just seen. Uh, 70% nerf of loot, which is certainly a challenge for DAYZ. I need a fire. I need to go fishing, because food's a problem on here. Loot's a problem on here, not just fish food. As you can see. Take that. No ammo, but we'll still take it. Don't really want to hit that mill zone for my current state. But we might not have a lot of choice. I want to deal with him. Just adjust something a second. Yeah. See where we are. There's a well in here. The well would prove useful for us at the moment. Just adjusting my screen a little bit, guys. Do apologise. Better. So we're not probably going to go home. Well, arguably, going back to base would make sense once we've geared up. But this is about a balance run to see how things fit balance-wise. Obviously, if there's other players on the server, they might tap me. And that's part of the joy of the server. Also, if we bump into any AI, unless we're very lucky, we'll die. They're not normal AI. They're not the expansion AI that everyone's used to using. They're a relatively new AI mod that's run on a different... Only one I've triggered. I'll deal with him. That's fine. I wanted to back off so we don't trigger the rest. The last thing you want to do is start triggering more. As I said, the zombies are harder on my server. Break that. Got a message, give me a second. So, that sort of went according to plan. Let's go and use the well now. And then we'll extract out through those policemen. We certainly need to get a fire on. There we go. Spawning in when it's raining was not the best of moves, was it? But as a balance check goes, what a better time to spawn in than when there's stuff happening. Wouldn't normally, but at the moment we need to keep a dry head if we can. That's better. I'd rather have the baseball bat than a stupid UN berry. And I don't wear pro caps. Always take a radio. Good shout. Thank you for the sub. Hi, Hugo. I'd rather not talk about it. I'm using this to hide from what I'm having to deal with. Yeah? I'm having a relaxing evening before I go back into what I need to start dealing with. Because everything's changed. As in, yeah. The inevitable's happened, mate. It's alright. That's life. But I just wanted an evening to relax. And what better way to relax than on a hardcore server? With a fresh spawn that isn't going to make it unless I get a fire on soon. Could be worse. There's the worst. Popping zombies. All of them? Oh, you were a nasty little bunch, weren't you? You're going to go past there, but I need a fire now more than anything. It's great, isn't it? When you guys aren't ready for it, it's a nightmare. And I know which ones have got what, so I know what's coming. My problem was spawning in when it was raining. You don't stand much of a chance, do you? I'm spawning in on Prison Island, of all places. Hello, mate. hardcore servers, yeah, it's the worst spawn of the lot. It's an awful spawn. It's good that you're close to a well, but it is an awful spawn. You really want a Stonington spawn. Or somewhere that's got some houses. Yeah, we're not going to make it out of this one. And that's fine. Goes with the territory, doesn't it? But tonight is only about doing a balance run, so this is a not a good example. No, we need it, but we'll carry it for the moment. Unless we find some food, like yesterday, we'll be dead. There's no point spending an extra 10 minutes bringing out that to die anyway. Or hopefully we get a better spawn. Okay, so the moon is asleep. So this bit down here, where the little moon is, will show you how awake you are. And then when you run out of sleep, you need to lie down. You should do it at night next to a fire when you're dry. Or you can take an injection that will keep you awake. Drink cans of drink, that will give you a little boost. If you run out of sleep, your character will just faint and automatically sleep. And the more weight you carry, the more swimming you do, the more running around you do, the tireder you get. Because I make hardcore survival servers, it's a good... I quite like it in the survival world. It forces players to have to worry about another thing. And players do forget. 100% they forget, because a lot of servers don't have it. But it does work well. This has not gone well, this life, but we didn't expect it to. There won't be that much loot around because, again, it's my hardcore world. Oh shit, looks as badass as it's part. No, it's not. This is me. This is not 6.0. I'm running 5.9 here, and this is a modded server. So this is a server that I put mods on. It is open to the public. People can play this. So there are mods on here, and one of the mods I put on is that sleep mod, because I like running servers that are more difficult than vanilla. It's like I nerfed the loot by 70%. It's a PvP server still. I don't do PvE. You can have teams on here. You can wear 2 bags. You can carry a rucksack there and wear a shoulder bag there on this server. So it gives you a little bit of extra storage. So it's not all bad that I give players, because that's realistic that you could carry both. You can rip up clothes with your hands if they're not wet through. We've got rag base building on here, explosives. So survivors been through here, haven't they? I don't know if that one will rip up. There. So if I've got that in my hands, it won't let me rip up the bomber jacket. That won't work. when I get a fresh life, because this life's not going to survive much longer, then I'll show you some of the other mechanics. That is just cool. Yeah. So it's a 20-slot server. We've got about 10 people that play it on a regular basis. We've been up a week so far on this wipe. I've been running servers for over a year and a half now. But they've always been hardcore survival. No map. You have to find a map to be able to use a map. Thank you, Hugo. It's different, isn't it? It's an acquired taste, a Goblin server. You have to like things a little bit harder. Not impossible. We've got a skill thing, so you can earn experience and spend it in points. But the skill stuff is to do with survival rather than everything. Do a search for GoblinZ, or GoblinZ. There you go. Search for that. Give it a go if you like a harder side of DayZ. So it's GoblinZ Hardcore Survival DeerIsle 5.9, I think, something like that. But GoblinZ you'll work out which is the DeerIsle one and which is mine. Okay, obviously it's PC. But it's a modded DeerIsle harder zombies. I've got AI stags in military areas that will shoot at you. So we've got 3 tiers of zombies. You've got normal, you've got harder, you've got military harder, or 4 tiers, stags, and then you've got the AI tier on top. 70% nerf, have I said, of everything in game. Base building, raiding. Once I've written the code, there will be key crates as well. Is it only DeerIsle? Yes, it's only DeerIsle. Little Ruger. Most clothing spawns in damaged or badly damaged. So the reason I have DeerIsle is because it's not a big server, it's only a 20-slot server, and players want something to do, and DeerIsle has a quest. We will go to 6.0 once it goes into mainstream and out of beta, but at the moment it's 5.9. And the map markers I've got up is because when you have a map, we allow players to put map markers down. When you don't have a map, you can't. Your body despawns in 10 minutes if you die. So enough time to loot someone if you kill them. Not enough time for you to run back to your body. So a fresh life really is a fresh life. And any skills that you've learnt, any experience you've gained, you lose on death. We have a lot more crafting recipes, about another 80 crafting recipes. So you can make other things, you can make bandages and such like. Sharpening stones. Leather repair kits and sewing kits. And lots of other things as well. And I have players from US, Canada, and UK, Europe play it. So I'll have activity through the night as well. It's never going to be a busy server because of how it's a little bit challenging. But I like that because it means that the people that are on here enjoy a challenge. And as much as it's PvP, and there have been a fair few deaths on here, people will kill each other on here. They'll kill each other because that person might have a tin of food on them, or that person might have a rope or a leather repair kit, and they'll kill for a leather repair kit and a bottle of water. It's that sort of server. Good. It's how I think servers should be. I like hardships. I like the fact that I'm about to die and know that next time I've got to be better. Oh, that might have been saved by the food. About 33, 34, but they're none of them are OP. They're all about turning it into a survival server, if that makes sense. The weapons pack we have is not a true weapons pack, it's a reskin. So you just get vanilla weapons in different skins. We've got a couple of extra weapons. We've got a 110 SAS, which DeerIsle has anyway, and we've got a mutant. There's a rucksack mod that if you can find it, a high quality rucksack. You've got this ability of carrying a shoulder bag and a rucksack at the same time. Once you find a map, you can have a map and put markers down. It's a duo server, so you can have a group, and you can get markers above your head then. So little quality of life things without it being too OP. Code locks, breaching charges for raiding, but it's vanilla, as in the best armor you're going to get is DeerIsle armor or vanilla armor. The best weapon you're going to get is a FAL. Oh, I have weapons named correctly because I hate things being called an LAR and a KA-74. It's like, why? We all know what it is. Let's just call it that. A tiny flag. So if you make a flag, it's easy flag. You only need 3 sticks and a piece of rope, and that will give you a flagpole that's the same height as a player. But you still need to physically find a flag to put on it. So it's easier to build the flagpole, but then you need to search for a flag, which is hard. Because often you'll find them and want to turn them into rags, because finding bandages is unheard of on here. We spawn people in, and you'll see in a second, we spawn people in with an apple, a lighter, a knife, some bandages, and a glow stick. But if you like a challenge, it's a good challenge. Yeah, so whereabouts are you in the world? I've got players that play the server from Canada and from the States. Obviously, the server's based in the UK because I'm a Brit. But you just have to play it differently. I've got nothing dry on me to show you. Let's just, when I die, the thing that you really need to learn within my servers is you can rip up any clothes that you can turn into rags. You can rip them up with your hands as well. Because if you can rip clothes up with your hands, you don't need to ruin a knife to do it. And you then need to think about making a fishing kit. Because if you don't eat within the first 20 minutes, and where are we currently, 30 minutes, you'll be dead. I'm from Portugal and have 80 ping. That's fine. You'll be fine on here with 80 ping. That won't be an issue. We have people playing this with a lot higher ping than that. There we are. We're dead. Right. So we also have sleeping bags, but they're end game. And then you can spawn at your base. You're only allowed one at a time. And it's one-time use. No one's got one yet. They cost far too much. We have a trader, but he's so far away from spawn you might never see him. Let just things catch up. Okay, so this is what we spawn players in with. Knife, bandages, food, iodine, because that's your survival kit, and a glow stick. We have dark nights on here. So the first port of call is purify your rags. So that gets you your purified rags, and then next thing, make some gloves, because you don't want to rip your hands up. And the first thing you're going to need is a fire, because you need to get that heat buff as quickly as possible. So, first port of call, a fire. Oh, did I drop my bloody gloves? I was talking to you. Oh, thank God I could find them again. We have long grass, as you can see. But I need a heat buff, so think like the mouse. And that'll do. It's about getting the heat buff more than anything else. Find yourself a little spot where if it rains suddenly it's not going to cause you a problem. That'll do. Make your fire like you normally would. Get your heat buff. Then you need to get food. Which the easiest way is ripping up clothes, making rope and going fishing. And we have sort of 5-hour days and 1-hour nights. Eat the little bit of food you've got. Get that heat buff. So now I won't do anything until I get the plus on my temperature gauge. If you spawn in at night, you have to really worry. Because it'll be cold and snowy. And your food will start freezing. We also have other fun things like bears run towards you if they hear gunfire, not away from you. So if you're in bear territory and you start shooting, bears will come and visit. Hi, Chuckles. I'm just doing a couple of well, I did a run and died, but I'm just doing a run to see how the balance is, because we've been playing with the balance. Now I could run to my body, I'm not going to, because I'm close enough to pick it up, but I like to treat it as a fresh life. If other players choose to go for their body, that's up to them. So, as I said, what we can do is we can rip up things with our hands. So rather than use a knife up, that t-shirt, hold in your hands and craft rags, and you'll rip it up. Just takes a little bit of time. I could make it longer, but I've decided to be nice. And that gets you a rag to start building up for rope. I died myself, I think logging off was too close to the patrol route. Probably. I'll be around in the evenings next week, mate. If you haven't seen, then... Merv, thank you. thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't seen Chuckles, I'll be on compassionate leave next week. So tonight's my evening of relaxing before I have to go into serious mode and start sorting out the estate. So it's just a chance to do a balance run and see if I've got the balance about right. Evening, Merv. You all right, mate? Try and jump twice. We need clothing. Oh, bugger. Oh, you little star. On a Goblin server, that's like endgame. Endgame. Yeah, so it is playable with a higher ping. Oh, that's worth having. And in black. And in reasonably good nick. We're getting there. Only you can go up that one, can you? No, shame. Make a good base though, wouldn't it? I reckon you could get up there using base building. Would make a good little base. Airlock. 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 Live up here. Yeah. If you want to, go for it. Give it a go. It's whether you like a harder server. That's the thing. It's whether you enjoy the pain of a harder server. If you don't, it's not worth it. 100%. because it is a harder server. It's not impossible. It's not like intense. It's between where we are and intense. It's between vanilla and intense, but it's not as hard as intense. That to me is impossible. This is more possible, just the little bit of luck. And once you get better clothing, you need less fires. I'm nowhere near a trader, so that's not going to take that with me today. Can't rip them up. That I can. Yeah, so if you're playing the server, you can't be in chat. That's my only thing, because I have too many people will be like, oh, I'm over here, don't shoot me. I'm like, you shouldn't be on a server where someone's playing. Yeah. So basically, if someone is in chat on the server that I'm playing, I prefer they weren't, and I put it in the rules. You can't. If you're watching someone play a server while you play the server at the same time, you've got an unfair advantage, and we should never allow people to have an unfair advantage. Even if there's a delay, you'll know where that person is running to or running from, and you could lay an ambush for them, which is unfair because it's not real life. Oh, that is fair. Yeah, and that's how I see it. Does that make sense? I don't mind lurkers. I don't mind if you were playing a different server. I don't mind on any of that. It's just I don't want that world. And unfortunately, as I started to pick up more subs, I started to get people saying, I'm going to come on there and kill you. So then you become wary of telling people what server you're on. God tier. But equally, I want to get players on here, because players make it more alive. Right, I need one more rag. Then we can go fishing. Oh, I won't. And everything I do on the server, I do on stream, or it's recorded, because I want to play it as well. You know, it's costing me money. You know, there's no point having a server as a content creator unless I can play it, and I want to have the same challenge you guys do. I like the pain of a difficult server. If I'm cheating, then what's the point? I don't mind loot cycling, doesn't bother me in the least. Yeah. I know a lot of servers hate it, but I don't have an issue with it. If people want to loot cycle, they loot cycle. worse things to worry about. And very minimal rules, so I only have one no build zone on the server, and that's next to the trader. The trader does show up on the map once you've got a map in 2D, but it's miles from the start, as Chuckles and I tried to go there last Sunday and it didn't work out well. Chuckles and I are a duo on the server. As I said, I'm a Brit and he's US. Oh no, I would never do that. No interest in that at all. I want the server to... I want people to play it and enjoy it. Are they both 380? They are. Which is better, Nick? That's badly. That's damaged. I think I'm getting the balance about right, Chuckles, for the server. You're getting loot, but it's not massive amount. Cookie Reap has been enjoying it. He streamed it the other night, and I've had positive feedback from him, which is nice. Oh God! Now we need a fire. Finding lots of little bits of food today, which is nice. There's our other rag. Right, now fishing. YouTube. There, because that's the ones I'm using. And there. Okay, now I know where I'm going to fish. Chuckles will want to see this. I've got enough resources for the moment, so I've eaten well. Twinkies van. Got space for food. So we got a crafting book there for our skills. So if we go into a building for safety, eat this. I'll put that. Yeah, eat this. Then we'll use the crafting book to get our skills up. That's the Easter egg for the movie Zombieland. Is it? So you can either take these to the trader and sell them, or we can read it and get a massive boost of XP. There we are. Nearly half a bar, well, over half a bar of XP. Yeah, this has been a lucky spawn. A real lucky spawn. Now we'll get a nice little fire on and catch some fishies to keep us warm. We haven't got a shoulder bag yet. Oh, that's ruined. Throw it away. Now water, yeah, but now I'm going to worry about fish. If I catch some fish, I'll get some hydration off the fish, and that'll also warm me up. So my next thing is fishing, and I know the spot that I'm going to, roughly. I know sort of the direction it's in. I don't know DeerIsle very well. I'm learning it since we've had this on. I hated DeerIsle in the past because I don't really do quests, servers with quests. But now I've built it into a hardcore survival server. No, I don't have Cook Dead on here. Though, maybe I'll have a look into it. I'll certainly have a look into it. And see if it's worth having. It's whether it'll conflict with the other mods is always a problem. But I like things that make the server more real. Yeah. Yeah. I would like there to be another use for bear and wolf meat. Certainly. Yeah. Depends what else it offers. Yeah. But I've never seen it, so I've never looked at that mod. I'll certainly have a look at it. What I tend to do with mods that will fundamentally change the game is I put the suggestion into the server, into the Discord that we've got, and I get people to vote on it. But the guys that play this every day, it's their server more than mine. So they should get to vote on any fundamental changes to the server. I think that's a fair way of doing it. The baseline, the server to start with. So we had a vote about whether people wanted loot chests in. They did vote for it. So I'm a little bit busy at the moment over the next few weeks doing in real life stuff. But once that's solved, we will have loot chests. Which will then not make things easier because I'm not going to give people keys willy-nilly. They're going to have to search for the keys. they're going to be slightly warmer. Not massively, but slightly. And then when they get the keys, they'll have to trek all over the map to get anything out of it. With bear, it's 1 gut and 1 meat for 2 bear sausages. Okay, so on here at the moment, you can use a gut and the hide and a bone hook to make a leather repair kit. And then a rope and 6 rags to make a sewing kit. So it gives people a choice of what they're going to spend it to. I understand real life sucks sometimes. Yeah, it gets in the way, mate. Gets in the way. But I like realistic mods. So things that have like that, I like the sound of that sort of thing. Because to me, that makes sense. We do have a fridge on here as well. So if people have a base, they can buy a fridge from the trader. And when we go to 6.0 in the future, laugh out loud, loot. When they go to 6.0 in the future, they will be able to. We're not going to wipe. Basically, we're going to have very long wipes because it's a survival server. So people then have enough time to build a base, complete the quest, raid people. Have multiple bases if you wish. So I describe it as being a PvP server where the server will still try and kill you. So it's not like a sweaty PvP server. I've gone too far again. Like a mad, stupid goblin. I caught a cold as well, so I need to get this fire on quickly. And I know where I'm going. I just got a little bit waylaid there. Yeah. I would like to, once 6.0... I won't wipe this until 6.0 becomes public, all the server breaks. What I would like is when 6.0 drops, to never wipe again. But that's not possible. I get that. At some point you're forced to. But I like the idea of year-long wipes on a DeerIsle type server where people can build bases, they can play the game, they can enjoy it, they can make it their home. Especially on servers like mine where I have less loot around and I've made it harder. People need more time to be able to complete it. You know, if you're playing a full-on PvP server with base building plus or equivalent, sweaty people everywhere, then actually a quick wipe isn't a problem. But on something like this, it is. That's good. Some of us do think differently. I play full-on PvP servers as well. Don't get me wrong. I play Aftermath at times. I play Rearmed. I play Down Bad. But I wouldn't want to make a server like that. Lots of people do that. There's thousands upon servers that are trying to be the next Aftermath. Or next Rearmed. Or next Down Bad. There's not very many that want to do a solo duo survival server. That happens a lot less. Could be Cobra's next movie. Ah, I wish. Actually, no, I don't. I can only afford 20 slots for a server. I wouldn't want to suddenly be in a position where it was full every night and I couldn't get on. I like the community we've got. The people that play on a regular basis and people that come in, that watch me stream it and then join and give it a go and go, actually, we enjoy this. And stay. And some of the people I've got now that are playing the server have been playing Goblin servers for over a year and a half. Chuckles, you see where I am? This is my little spot. Okay. I'm near your lighthouse. So at the moment, I'm suspended in the air cooking. I'm like Aladdin on a flying carpet. So where we're going after this, we'll get water. So we'll go to the military near the prison next to get water. And then we'll start making our way towards home. Looting as we go. And hope we don't bump into any AI. Because we don't have a gun yet. All players. We were lucky on the food spawns we got on this go. Really lucky on the food spawns. Community, what is... So I used to play Fallout 76. And I hadn't... In the early days, I played the first version of Counter-Strike, and then I hadn't been near multiplayer apart from MMOs for a very long time. And then I started playing 76, got really into playing Nuclear Winter. Beth decided to bin off Nuclear Winter, and I was looking for a new game. And that's where I found DAYZ. I had watched Frankie for a very long time, but always thought I was too old to play the game. And then I reached out to his community and said, am I too old to start playing DAYZ now? And the community went, no, give it a go, you'll love it. No, I don't play 76 anymore. And the community were like, no, give it a go, you'll love DAYZ. It will be hard. You'll have to learn like everyone else does. So I bought DAYZ, and we're now 7,300 hours later. And I love the game. You know, I've made over 1,000 subs thanks to this game. You know, it earns me a little bit of money. I have a social friends. I run a server. It's helped me get the job I've got now, because one of the things I do in real life is look after the military version of Armour, but it uses the same code in the background. So DAYZ's helped me find work. It's massive for me. It's made a massive, massive difference to my life. I'll play Fallout 5 when it comes out, but I will never play 76 again. It's too, for me, 76 is too Fallout Sims, and it's a cash grab. You know, everything's about having Fallout first and paying for extra cosmetics all the time. Thank you, Def. That's okay. I'm a civilian. I'm ex-army. I was army back in the 90s. But I'm a civilian that works for them now. It's amazing, isn't it, Hugo? But you have to find the right server. That's the problem with DayZ, is there's thousands on PC, thousands of servers. And until you find what the right one for you, it's a long, hard learning experience with lots of ups and downs and lots of times to get killed. I'm in the United States, but all military in the same. They give up something for my freedom. I've worked with people from the US. So in 1990, when I was in Berlin, we used to go on exercise with not the 101st Airborne, whatever the other airborne regiment is, airborne unit. But yeah, we went. So we did an exercise where they flew us in by Hueys into the village to attack in Berlin, which was amazing fun. Long, long time ago when I was a little goblin. Back then I was ultra thin and didn't look like a goblin. Now I look a bit more like a goblin. Too many packets of cookies and too much beer over the years, and a lack of exercise. Also spent 6 months. So I've only been to the States twice, and both were stopovers by aircraft. But I've been to Central America. I was down in Central America in Belize for 6 months in the jungle. That was a enjoyable little experience. Back when I was but a soldier. Cookies are good. They are, aren't they? That's the trouble. They're good. And that's the problem. Right, we fought the cold off, which is good. So let's have something to eat. And now let's see whether we still have a problem. Because last life we nearly died in here to my zombies. I have zombies on this server that blow up when you kill them. Just to pre-warn you if you decide to give it a go. Hi, Northern. So yeah, some of my zombies will go pop when you kill them. Some will blow up with a gas cloud, and some will blow up with a flashbang. And that doesn't happen every time. Well, the police spawn's gone, so that gives me some hope. Now, I only want the well out of here. So, we'll go round the outside and just hit the well. I want his jacket. There you go. Yeah. Now, so how I've always seen it is, if you're not in the military but you're working, you pay taxes, and those taxes help to pay for the military. So everyone that's working is helping, and that's how I've always looked at it. We couldn't have everybody in the military. There'd be nobody to pay taxes. Is that a rucksack? Not a good one, but it's something. Now we can move glow stick onto there. Get some water. Yeah. We're not very large pack. Now, as long as we keep fishing and we find a sharpening stone or make one, and we don't get killed, we can live forever on the server. That's easier said than done. As Chuckles knows, when we bump into people that shoot, even the AI I've got on here are nightmares. And we can have 60 AI on the server and 20 people and it won't crash. And they're not expansion AI, they're a different AI. They work on a different code. And I know how low my loot spawns are, and I've already searched this once before today. There's no point searching it again. But we'll take that. No mag on it though, which is a shame. Because they are devastating when you've got a mag in them, up close and personal. Hi there, welcome to the stream. We might, no, we'll push on. No, I had to turn off the crafting thing because it wasn't working for everybody. I had too many people giving me errors. Damn. So I've increased the amount of sheds that are spawning. But it's going to take a few days for them to work through and spawn more, if that makes sense. Basically, the crafting thing was taking people's resources but not giving them the stuff. For me, it was always working. Maybe. I think they're fine. We'll have to do it when one of us gets a map or gets home. And it's not like I'm going to be massive. Hi. Hi.
Good evening, sir.
I think that was Gurmit we just killed. Gurmit just put in chat, was that you, Goblin? Now that means I 100% have to get home with a box of nails. And a hacksaw. Why are we carrying a big rock, I don't know, but hey. Oh, you bastard game. Rock gone. Don't want big rock. Right, let's answer Gurmit. Yeah. That's ruined. Food. Food. Sharpening stones. Anything in there? Yeah. More sharpening stones and other stuff. What's he got a torch for, of all things? Don't need that. Evening, West. Evening, Shane. How are you? We just finished off. We had an encounter with Gurmit, and he kindly let me have all his gear. Well, he took a rest. He took a little sleep. Come on, come back to that one. Yeah, he said, I did talk to him twice. I said hello, and he didn't reply back, and that gave me enough time to distract him while I pulled my pistol and put 2 380 rounds into his face. Which I would have done if I'd had 1 round. I'm not I don't negotiate. And he had an AR-10 with a round. He should have shot me. No way should he have allowed me to have the upper hand in that. He should have stuck that into my body. I want to be enough clear of here and we need to take cover somewhere so we can sort the loot out and work out where we are. But Hazelands isn't the place to stop. We'll get past Hazelands, we'll find a bush, and we'll do some loot sorting. Because we'll need another fire again soon. Yeah. Let's get past Hazelands first. Yeah, you have to, don't you? This is a Goblin server. Loot is so rare that... Or good loot is so rare that you'll do anything to get good loot. No, we're not going to search this town. Yeah, 100%. The minute I opened that door, he should have gone, game on. And as I came through, he should have put a round through my head. Or held me up, pointed the gun at me and gone, right then, get all your clothes off. But to stand there and look at me, nah. And I like the guy. I mean, we play in the same team on PvP servers. But that's life. Next time, he'll shoot first. It's still a modded server, don't get me wrong. But it's not a pay to win. No way is it pay to win. This is enhanced vanilla. There are quite a few mods, but the mods have been put in because they add to the game rather than make it too easy. Right, I know it's not the best bush in the world, but we need to sort out this big pile of... What the hell's that? A sewing needle. We don't need that. Has he got any ammo in that? Yes, he has. So that's worth having. We're keeping that. Right then, we can use that up on our knife. I'll keep the other one because we need to be base building back at base if I get the nails home. 100%. Right then, out of this, small stone, don't need the 2-2. Don't really need that. We'll keep the shotgun because we always have shotguns around. We've got a full box of that, which I'll need to use that way. Okay, we'll move the food up there in a second. That's still ready to go. I've got nothing to fit that for the moment. We need to merge it that way. That's better quality, good. Keep that food for emergencies. Right then, that's food done. Now, we're going to use that one on us. Start building up this other set of rags. Take that across. Pistol in hand. Get that out. That away. That, so I don't forget it. Box of that. We're going to use the looser first. So that goes there. Get that one loaded. That done. problem solved. Now, that water bottle we can purify now. So let's purify it. Probably. Stick that there, swing that, actually stick it there because it's the least of the important. That's fine, bring that down, merge those two a little bit, good, that's that done. I can get a double pack in there, so we'll move that down and that down. Forget about that, that area's full with the pistol. That's okay, that needs to come up to here. Take that pistol to there. Emergency meds there, nails there. Actually, no, nails need to come to the top. So if I'm shot, it ruins the nails so nobody else gets them. Because I'm mean and horrible. That's going to be eaten. So that can go up there. Let's bring this lot down to here. Bring that across. Take that across. There'll do. That's actually, no, we've got a nice little slot up the top. That up the top. That up the top. Take the nails into there because that'll still kill it. That I'm happy with. That I'm happy with. Let's move out. Don't need the 2-2. Let's do some eating though. Thanks for the free food. And a nice little scope in there. That's good. Happy with that. Good. Right. AR-10 in hand. It's one with a red pistol grip. We move on. As I said before, we've been running GoblinZ or GoblinZ servers now for about 1.5 years. But this server's had more PvP on it than any other server that I've run. Because now it's so difficult to get good loot, you'll protect anything you've got with your life. Well, you'd hope you would. So players are more likely to protect what they've got. Thank you for the sub. Now we need to go to the well, which is over there, fill up our water bottle. I think we're going to drip off this hill. We're skylining and that's stupid. We do need a secondary bag, a shoulder bag. And as I said, we will need a fire. As our footwear, that's alright. It takes foul mags. Now, I have magazines and weapon parts spawn all over the map. They're not tiered. They just spawn with the tag military. So any military area could spawn any magazine or weapon part. It's only the weapons that are tiered. Apart from the AR-10, the mutant, and the K98, I think, spawn anywhere. The rest of the weapons are tiered. So people have a chance of getting a weapon that will allow them to take out AI. I think we're going to get a cheeky little fire on inside the woodland, just enough to get the plus symbol, so we can get in and out of that area up there without having to stop again. Because it's not about massively about looting in there, it's about getting the water and then extracting. So I think we're going to do a cheeky little fire in here. Won't be for very long. It's just to get the fire on. Use the one that's damaged first. I need one bit of bark. And one stick. Let's get this plus symbol so we can survive. Might be too light for me to sleep, or I'm too cold. No, it's working. As soon as we get that plus symbol, we're moving out. I know it's a risk, but it's a risk wherever you light a fire and sleeping. Right, then, time to think about moving. Time to wake up. I'll do. It's basically just a reskinned M16. That's all they've done to make this one. And then given it the characteristics of a FAL, and takes a FAL mag. And then renamed it. Really simple little mod. And then just made some skins of extra ones. It's nice. What I'll do, guys, is after the stream, I'll move the starter shed. Now you can't craft them, as it's been pointed out. I mean, I did up the amount that are spawning, but I'll move them so they spawn in all tiers. And increase the areas they spawn. So you've got a better chance of finding one. And I'll put in the Discord, I'll put a list of what areas they spawn in. Basically, Chuckles, the crafting mod was breaking for people. Harder zombies? Who said that? Reinforced suppressors? We've already got a cleaning kit, but we'll take a better quality one. I put more boats on today, so there's now 13 boats on and 18 quads. The players stand a bit of a better chance. Fucking DAYZ fences. Hello. Come over here. $42, $30. Guess what? What we came here for is here. There she is. Little outbreak, isn't it? And I'm probably going to leave it here, guys, just based upon the fact that I've got a lot on in my personal life at the moment, and this was just a balanced run. But thank you for watching. Thanks for the subs. Massively, massively appreciated. I need to get a good night's sleep tonight because I've got a lot of stuff on for the next 2 weeks. So I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, miss. And I'll see you all.